Hey guys, it's Pat with Off Pavement. Well, where do I begin? We've had a lot of things present themselves over the last couple of weeks, project-wise and trip-wise. And I think I'm going to need 4 or 5 whiteboards just to keep track of everything. Hey, I just want to first apologize that our content's not coming out as fast as I'd like it. I know that doesn't keep an audience. What's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't keep an audience attracted to what you're doing when your content is spread out. So I do apologize for that. If I was going to make a New Year's resolution, I think that resolution would be to make sure that the content is getting up more frequent and that you guys have something to look forward to. Today's going to, like I said, going to be an update on all the projects that we're working on and just kind of talk about a few things that we're doing here. I want to start by talking about just basic safety. One of the things that it's funny, I think, is a requirement in a lot of events that you'll do as an off-roader is a first aid kit. And I don't think that it should. I think everybody should just have one out of common sense, because a lot of times when we get out there, we don't know. We don't have. First of all, most of the time, we're going to be in remote areas where we can't get to proper medical help in a expeditious amount of time. And we may not have the proper communication that we need to get somebody to us, and that's going to require us to do basically our own first aid. And that's not to say that you're going to be in a trauma situation every time. I mean, it could be something as simple as a cut, scrape, bug bite, snake bite, anything like that. But fortunately, there are times where people are getting injured to a point where they need immediate medical attention. I don't claim to be an EMT. I'm not. And I don't expect that you should take on that responsibility, but I think you should have some basic knowledge and basic equipment on hand to deal with the small situations, and in the event of a major situation, know how to handle yourself. We put together a first aid kit that is specific to, I guess I would call it off-roading. It has the basic bandages, wraps, small, large bandages. It has antiseptics. It has things to control and help neutralize like a bug bite or something like that, deal with snake bites. But one of the things that we added to our first aid kit was something that I hope I never have to use. But in the event of a rollover or a situation where you have an open wound that can't be dealt with a bandage, it's a tourniquet. There are proper times to use a tourniquet, and be sure, I'm just telling you right now, don't take my word for how it works. You need to read up and study on it, okay? This is not something that should be taken lightly, but I think it's something that you should actually have with you. We picked this up on Amazon. This was made by a company called Recon Medical. These guys are legit. This is not, there are some aftermarket imitations there. I opted for theirs because I know that it works, and I know that I think we can trust it. The pouch was just a generic pouch for a tourniquet of this style, so we purchased that. This kit actually has a set of trauma shears in it. Like I said, this is a basic kit. We picked up the small pouch, and the way things are going today with the original contents of this was just in a plastic box. But with the way we're doing things now, there seems to be a lot of emphasis and, I don't want to say emphasis, what's the, I guess, just the draw, I guess, to military style backpacks and things like that. This kit has the MOLLE fasteners on it so that you can attach not only these items to this, but this item to something else, whether it's a backpack or a lot of companies now are making MOLLE mounts for the inside of your vehicles. And so this is a good way to attach something like this and have it at the ready all the time. I paid for the tourniquet. It was not a free endorsement. I only mentioned them by name because I think they make a really good product. Read up on how this is supposed to work. Do not take my word for it, and do not just go out in the field and start applying tourniquets everywhere. That's my disclaimer. Read up on it, please. A lot of stuff going on around here. Still working on big plans, little budget. The goal is to get that ready for UA 2019. We're working on brackets. You can see all the brackets here. We've put a lot of I think the rear suspension is pretty much set up and ready to go. We have a couple more upper spring purchase to get in place. We'll put shock mounts on after the fact once we get all that sorted out. So the back end for the most part is done. The front end is, the components are here. We have to build a truss for the front. That truss is really more just a flat mounting point so that we have a substantial perch for our upper link arm for the 3-link. And we'll get that all in place, and once that's done, we'll get all of our spring purchase in place for that and start mocking up ride heights and bump stops, things like that. We're actually not going to do the welding on that, as it has to be welded to the cast. We're going to send that to somebody that knows what they're doing. I don't have the proper means of getting that done, and I don't want to break a third member out on the trail because I didn't weld it correctly. And since that needs to be properly preheated and welded and then cooled down at a specific rate to avoid embrittlement, we're going to leave that to those who know how to do it. So that's going to go out of here hopefully within the next week. We're hoping to have the drive line here hopefully 1st of February, or drive train, sorry. So motor trans, and hopefully T-case will be here, and we'll get that plugged in. We got our motor mounts from Novak, and so we're ready for that. We'll fabricate up a cross member, and by that time I think we'll have a rolling chassis, and then we'll be down to getting the sheet metal back on there and the bodywork. And by bodywork I mean just putting the cab back on. We're going to leave the original patina on there. It's kind of the look we're going for. I kind of like that. We're not going to do any faux patina. This is going to be original patina from 1956, and I think it'll be kind of cool. We're running 40s on this. We're going to have a lower ride height. Our static ride height is going to be a little bit shorter. We're going to keep our CG down, so when we're out on the trail, we're not this big, tall, lummoxing beast. So that's where we're at with that. JP Dirt and Drive.
Drivers meeting!
I just got notification on that. That's coming up. We just signed up for JP Dirt and Drive, hoping that we're going to get chosen to do that trip again. If we do, that'll be number 3 for us, and I am really looking forward to that. That is a fun trip. That is not it's not hardcore by any means, but you get to see some places that I think a majority of people and a majority of off-roaders will probably never get to experience in their lifetime. JP Magazine does a great job of putting that together and coordinating that. They do a lot of pre-running beforehand to make sure that the trip is not only fun but is safe and is enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to that. We're hoping that, like I said, we can get on that event again, and that'll be number 3 for us. The nice thing is that JP Dirt and Drive ends in my favorite place in the whole wide world to go off-roading, Moab, Utah. Yes, JP Dirt and Drive ends at the beginning of Easter Jeep Safari. We had already made plans to do Easter Jeep Safari this year, whether we were chosen for JP Dirt and Drive or not. So we've already booked our room. And if you haven't booked a room by now, you're probably not going to get one unless somebody cancels on you. That town is a year-round town for off-roading events and outdoor events. And I don't know, I don't know if there's any window other than booking it the week after EGS that you can get a room for the upcoming EGS. So that room's been booked. The guys that we travel with and run with, we've been talking all week and looking through trails and what we want to do this year. And I think we've settled on some trails and activities while we're there. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. In addition to that, the guys in our group, again, the guys we run with, we've all gone ahead and joined the Red Rock Four-Wheelers. This is a club based out of Moab, Utah, that has about 10,000 members. They're the ones responsible for guiding the tours and the trails that you sign up for. They're the ones that do a lot of the trail maintenance, if not most of it. They're the ones responsible for lobbying against trail closures and making sure that we have places to go off-road. They are the ones that are responsible for making sure that your ability and your right to go out and enjoy the outdoors are met. And so we went ahead and did that. And the added bonus with doing that and becoming an associate member of that group was that we get to pre-register for EGS and sign up for trails in advance. So we're looking forward to that. We looked at it from the aspect that we get to be a part of that and sign up early, but I felt like my money was going to great use, and I know everybody else in the group thought that as well, and so we went ahead and signed up for that. We got a lot going on around here. There's just a lot of stuff going on around here. The XJ, we had some issues with a radiator, so we had to warranty our radiator. A couple of phone calls there, and good folks over at Mishimoto took care of us, and our new radiator arrived yesterday. So we'll get to swap out the radiator on that. Optima batteries. I had an issue with an Optima battery that gave up the ghost before the warranty, and thankfully we have that warranty. But I'm going to tell you right now, we purchased this on Amazon, and it was a difficult task to get Amazon to understand what a battery warranty is. Unfortunately, they look at it as the standard 30-day return policy. And since we bought this battery in 2016, the response I got from 5 or 6 different phone calls and 5 or 6 different customer service reps was, "Sir, you cannot return this battery. It is well past the 30 days. Spent almost a week back and forth every day trying to get them to understand that, and working with Optima, we finally got them to understand that that battery needed to be replaced under Optima's warranty. I'm happy that I was able to get Optima to contact Amazon and send in the information that the battery did in fact fail and it did need to be replaced by them, and that was actually satisfied yesterday, so I'm pleased with that. So we got a new battery that's going in, we've got a new radiator that's going in, we have a new steering stabilizer that we need to put in. I was under the Jeep the other day and noticed that the steering stabilizer that's under there has at some point in time lost all of its oil and is basically knocking around under there. And the odd thing is, and I guess the great thing is that we don't have any death wobble. We're running 35s on that truck with a stock suspension in terms of steering, and we don't have any death wobble. So yeah, that's I thought that was pretty cool. So we'll get the new stabilizer on there and get that finished. And at some point in time, I know I've been saying this for, I don't know, I think I've had this steering for a couple of years now. We have a 1-ton steering setup for the XJ that I swear to you, I'm going to get on before we do Dirt and Drive or EGS. So we'll hopefully do that. We got some maintenance to do on the XJ, and we're going to get that taken care of. So yeah, like I said, 4 or 5 whiteboards, and hopefully we're going to get this stuff done. I really enjoy doing this channel, and I want to grow this channel, and like I said, I want to bring you guys content at a faster rate sooner than I have been, and it's can be sometimes difficult with one person trying to coordinate everything, and so we're going to try our best to do a better job of that. We would love if you would hit like and hit subscribe to our YouTube channel that you're watching right now, and we'd also love it if you go over to our Instagram page at OFFPVMT and follow us over there, and you can keep track of the build there in little bits and pieces and tidbits, and we'll bring you the bigger content here at YouTube on our channel here. So look forward to seeing you. If you're out at EGS, hopefully we'll run into you somewhere. If you're on Dirt and Drive and you follow us, hopefully we'll see you again this year. That'll make number 3 for us. And like I said, we'll see you on our Instagram page. Leave us comments there. Leave us comments here. You know, we'd love to talk to you. We'd love to answer your questions if you have anything. Until then, oh yeah, don't forget, King of the Hammers is right around the corner too. So we're going to try and get out to King of the Hammers for a day or two and putt around out there and take in some of that racing as well. Hit like, hit subscribe. We love you guys. I'm Pat with Off Pavement. We'll see you out on the trail.